We're here in Ecuador!
Finally back to some warm weather. Okay, so maybe you're thinking about traveling or you already have some travel plans booked.
So we want to share with you our journey this far of flying with kids during COVID. We just flew from the US to Ecuador.
And it's all coming your way right
now.
Welcome back to our channel. If this is your first time here and you want to learn everything there is about living abroad, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you can get all of our latest content.
We just returned from 3 wonderful weeks in our home state of Wisconsin. COVID definitely was on our minds when planning this trip. We didn't know what to expect with the airports and airlines, if there was new rules and regulations.
Yeah, we were definitely worried about potentially getting stuck in the US or having issues re-entering Ecuador. So in an earlier video, we documented our trip from Ecuador to the US. You can watch that here. So we flew with Spirit Airlines, and even with the extra baggage fees on the way back, we bought a lot of stuff, right? A lot of clothes for the kids. We still paid under $1,000 round trip.
In this video, we are going to share with you our flying experience from Chicago, Illinois to Guayaquil, Ecuador with our 2 boys during COVID.
I hope it helps you out. Check it out.
It had been a year since we last visited our family. It was nice to get away from the sense of loneliness we were starting to feel in Ecuador and be with the family. We spent lots of time with loved ones, celebrated several birthdays, and planned some fun activities for the kids.
Towards the end of our trip, we had to get a COVID test. As part of the re-entry process, Ecuador requires a printed negative COVID test for all adult tourists and residents. Children are not required to be tested. We got our test done for free at CVS Pharmacy, and to our surprise, we administered the tests ourselves. All right, so that COVID test was actually really easy. I don't know, I have a thing about putting things in my nose, but it wasn't bad at all. So now we gotta wait, I think they said 3 days for the results. And today is Wednesday, we fly out on Monday, so hopefully we get these results back in time.
Yippee! The time had come to say goodbye.
Say something that will make my day.
Definitely the most difficult part of living abroad.
'Cause these memories of her won't go away.
We especially wish our children could see their cousins and family more often. We arrived at the Chicago O'Hare Airport 3 hours early. We were expecting longer lines and delays due to COVID, but to our surprise, the airport was not busy at all. We flew with Spirit, and from checking in our bags to getting through security, it took maybe 25 minutes. Check-in was so quick, and there's barely anybody flying today, so that was lucky, and we're all going to be seated together.
All the restaurants and shops were open, so we had plenty of time at the gate to eat, play, and of course, sanitize. Our flight was fully booked, and we are always one of the last to board. The less time on an airplane with kids, the better. Fort Lauderdale, first stop. Spirit moved us to the front of the plane, which was a blessing, and we got busy entertaining the kids.
We flew during the day, which made travel a bit more difficult. But we all did manage to get a nap in. It was a 3-hour flight from Chicago to Fort Lauderdale, and Spirit requires masks for anyone over 2 years old. Our flight landed on time, and we had a 3-hour layover before our flight to Guayaquil. The Fort Lauderdale airport was pretty empty, and the kids had a fun time running around, burning off energy before our next flight.
Our plane boarded just after 7 p.m. and we were all thankful to be on the final flight home. Only 4.5 long hours to Guayaquil. As part of the re-entry process for Ecuador, several forms were given to us during the flight to be filled out ahead of time. They asked us to declare where we will perform preventative mandatory isolation for 14 days. This could be our home or travel destination. It also inquired about where we traveled from and if we were experiencing any COVID-related symptoms. Once the plane landed, there were several COVID checkpoints at the airport. The first was a temperature scanning station, and the second was an area where a doctor or nurse reviewed your forms and asked for a printed copy of a negative COVID test. A test result was not required for children. Once our docs were reviewed, we received a signed authorization form.
As with all the other airports we visited that day, the Guayaquil airport was not busy. We breezed through security and all our bags arrived undamaged. We were hoping to get a quick bite to eat before the taxi ride home, but all the restaurants and shops were closed due to COVID. So instead, we got some gas station snacks and settled in for the 2-hour drive home.
On our way home.
Life is
Long
a
day.
winding road. No telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights. Won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, really wanna.
So we were very fortunate in terms of our travel both to and from the United States. Planes were on time, bags were found, nothing was lost, and the kids actually did really well flying.
Thankfully.
Yeah, so kudos to Spirit. Your reputation that we had read about definitely did not precede you.
Yeah, and there were no real surprises in terms of travel requirements for COVID. It was easy getting through the airports, and there were no issues with re-entering Ecuador.
Cool. Well, so hopefully this video can help ease your mind when you travel or provide some useful insight.
Yeah, so if you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos. We have some awesome videos coming out in the next few weeks.
Okay, well, we're in warm weather, so I think we better head back to the beach.
Yes, we should.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Ciao!
Adios.